Hi everybody. A while back I posted a video on my channel about how I did the trolling motor installation, as well as the lift and drop of the trolling motor and steering for the trolling motor. And it was a short video. I didn't take a lot of time filming it. And I got a lot of questions if I could provide more details. So for those of you who are interested, I'm going to do a little bit more in-depth video now on exactly how I did the trolling motor installation on my fishing kayak. Okay, as promised, this is the motor raising. I'm pulling the handle from the stadium seat, and when I lift the motor up, it'll turn sideways automatically. I have, it takes about 12 pounds force to pull this motor up, which is really not too much at all. When the motor is in the raised position, I can pull the kayak up onto a beach, onto a gravel or dirt launch, onto a plastic kayak launch, etc. To hold the kayak or the trolling motor in the upright position, I have a little ring on the paracord, and I just put it around the head of a screw mounted on my belt crank steering. So it really works very well. One of the biggest questions was about the steering, and again, I call it a belt crank. You can look up belt cranks online. Right now, the motor is basically in its centered position. I have a pretty typical steering arm. Connected to the steering arm, I have a fiberglass rod, and I have a quick pull pin to disconnect the fiberglass rod. I'll fish in small water, oftentimes without using the trolling motor. The fiberglass rod runs down to the belt crank, and here is the belt crank. You can see it right now in the center position. When I move this handle side to side, left and right, it moves the motor accordingly. So when I want to go right, as I'm sitting in my seat, I will just move this handle to the right. And when I want to go left, sitting in the seat, I'll move this handle to the left. And you can see when I'm turning this handle relatively left and right, the fiberglass rod is basically moving back and forth. And that back and forth movement translates to the steering arm moving back and forth, which will subsequently translate to the motor steering left and right. The system works very smooth. There's very little drag in the system. When I'm going forward, if I'm not putting any steering input into it, it'll basically stay right where I have the handle positioned. PWM. So once you connect the battery to the PWM box, and then the output of the PWM up to the trolling motor, All you need to do is select a direction, either forward or reverse, and then turn the rheostat on. And you can see right now the trolling motor is spinning. That's high speed. And as I turn the rheostat down, I can turn it down to a very slow speed. And then if I hit it to reverse, I can go in a backwards direction. And this system has been working very well. The circuitry in the PWM controller that I bought on eBay does have a thermal overload, and on hot days this box can get warm, especially if you're drawing a lot of current. So I've just recently drilled some ventilation holes in this box at the risk of maybe letting a little bit of water in. I may have to go to a larger box and install an electric cooling fan, but that's easy enough to do. So anyhow, I hope this answers the questions any of you had on how I did the trolling motor, power, lift, and steering installation on my 10-foot 4-inch fishing kayak. Let me know if you have any questions. And see you in the water.